some leaves, went to practice, talked to my guy Maurice Claret there, who's been coming to practice every Tuesday and doing a great job helping out and doing some stuff over there. And it's been great to see him back involved. And they went down to High Banks. I had like a full day.
A full day right there.
It really did. Lived a full day yesterday, and then talked to our guy Schleichs too when we were doing our YouTube show. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, a lot of panic and passion, Beam.
So speaking of those rankings, they did come out last night. Your updated college football top 25 rankings. Oregon is number 1, Ohio State 2, Texas 3, Penn State 4, Indiana is 5, BYU 6, Tennessee 7th, Notre Dame 8th, Miami 9th, Bama 10th, Ole Miss 11th, Georgia 12th. Now here's where it gets interesting because those aren't just how they're seeded. Again, we're shopping our way through this. It is the top 4 conference champions will earn a bye, and then everybody else is slated behind that. So your number 1 overall seed, that would be Oregon. They get a bye. Like they're straight into the Rose Bowl, right? Because traditional bowl games will still be in effect. So like they're going to be in the Rose Bowl in the quarterfinals, but your first round game, even though Ohio State is 2nd, they rank 5th in the rankings because they are not projecting to be a conference champion. Again, these are all projections, but whoever wins those conference championship games will get a bye. So Ohio State is ranked 5th, technically seeded 5th, even though they're ranked 2nd. They would take on Boise State at home, Bob. And then you would play Miami in the Orange Bowl? I want to say. I think
right down there on their home turf.
Yeah, like that would be. I think it's the Orange Bowl. I'm not exactly 100% certain on that.
Say with confidence.
Yeah, I
think you're correct.
I actually don't know that for a fact, but whatever. You'd play Miami at a neutral site game.
And then, you know what it would be because they're trying to keep the 4 conference champions with their original bowl tie-ins. So like the Big Ten, I believe, will go to the Rose. Big Ten. I think the SEC will have the Sugar. Big 12, I think, has the Fiesta. And I want to say that...
No, the quarterfinals, so the semifinal is the Orange Bowl. You have the Fiesta Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, along with the Peach Bowl and the Rose Bowl.
Okay, so maybe they'd be at the Peach then. Millions of peaches. Peaches for me.
Presidents of the United States of America. So anyways, your line would be Boise State at home first round, Miami in the second round, Notre Dame, Tennessee, or Oregon in the semifinals, and then anyone else on the other side of the bracket for the championship game.
Love that. Sounds good, Bean.
Here's what I was so excited about.
Having a home game?
Is that Indiana ranks 5th on the schedule or in the rankings. They are seeded 7th. And the 7-10 matchup in the college football playoffs, if they began right now, they would bring in Alabama to Bloomington. It would be Alabama and the Crimson Tide rolling up to the Quarry in B-Town and playing Indiana. That, I mean, sign me up. Sign me up for that.
I had to listen to people last night. They're like, Ole Miss, Bama, and Tennessee would beat, I forget.
Ole Miss was playing Penn State on the road, and Notre Dame is visiting Tennessee. How do you know that?
Well, here's the thing. I go, when they play well, I think they would. If that's the Bama team that rolled into Baton Rouge, sure. If that's the Bama team I watched that played the second half against Georgia, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, or Tennessee, I'm like, they would not. Mm-hmm. They played 3.5 really bad games in a row. So I don't know what you're getting.
No idea what you're getting. I agree with you. Like if Jalen Milroe plays the way he did last Saturday against LSU and is running around and doing all kinds of crazy things.
Georgia.
Yes.
Like if it's the Texas Georgia.
Carson Beck's thrown 11 picks in the last however many games that he's done that.
But if it's that Texas Georgia team that played Texas, that's one thing. If it's the Georgia team I watched play Kentucky and Ole Miss, that's a different thing.
Yeah. Or if it's the same Tennessee team that I saw play Kentucky and have a tough time with. Everybody can be got. That's why this year in college football I feel like is great because you really have no idea on a week-in, week-out basis what exactly you are going to get. But, yeah, Boise State at home would be the potential first-round matchup for Ohio State right now. Chip Kelly had some media availability yesterday. What are they adjusting their game plans to? That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A busy morning out on the roadway. 71 southbound still shut down at 270 on the north side of town due to a crash. Use 23 or 315 if you're coming in from Delaware County. We're also tracking a crash on the southeast side. 270 southbound at Alum Creek Drive has some lanes blocked in. That southbound traffic delayed. 70 westbound right near Livingston Avenue. There's a crash blocking the left lane. And then on the southeast side as well on 33 westbound, expect some lane closures just past Pickerington Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the Credit Approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Get a big deal on big packs of Kroger brand red, green, black, or tricolor seedless grapes. 3-pound containers are $3.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
APCO, windows, siding, and decks. Business First says we're the largest remodeler in town. Our philosophy is simple. We don't rely on sales gimmicks to get our customers. We rely on our reputation.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can trust APCO.
APCO.com.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Did you wake up with joint pain? I know how that feels, but not anymore thanks to QC Kinetics. Just like me, you deserve pain relief with no surgery and no meds. And if you're a good candidate for these new treatments, Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics can get you there like they did for me and my dad. You see, my dad and I trusted QC Kinetics because they are the nation's leader in regenerative cellular treatments. This technology that's giving people like you and I an option other than surgery, all natural approach to treat the root cause of your arthritic pain. QC Kinetics joint pain treatments can be life-changing for so many people. And I can tell you, and I can test, I needed surgery. And my dad, his knee was bothering him, and he can walk now, and I can go run and do the things I want to do. We got relief just like tens of thousands of other people. And it's getting near the end of the year, so you can use those HSA and FSA funds before they may expire at year's end. So go check them out at 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's QCkinetics.com/Columbus in Dublin and Gahanna.
Hey folks, it's game day and the betting's gonna be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right, you gotta pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy today, high 58. Tracking rain heading into your Thursday. We'll be looking at temperatures around 52. Pretty strong winds tomorrow, as well as winds will gust upwards of 25 miles per hour. We dry things out by Friday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Coming up here, 7:33 this morning, Dave Biddle of Bucknuts. He's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeye football with him. Chip Kelly having some media availability yesterday. I haven't listened to this clip so far, but in the DAD, in our sound system, it said Chip Kelly makes a joke about noon games. Let's listen to funny guy Chip.
Will said if he gets to play at noon, he can complete 80% of his passes. So I think the controversy's over. So you get a noon kickoff, he'll complete 80. So I think we can all, I know a lot of people have problems with what we're doing, but if it means the quarterback can complete 80% of his passes, we'll take it.
I think everybody would sign up for that. Wouldn't you?
I believe that's true. So, yeah.
So I saw something yesterday about Will Howard, that Will Howard has 5 games this year in which he's completed 80% of his passes or over. And that's the most games in school history with an 80% completion percentage. And the other, like Justin Fields had 2. Shark, I want to say Art Schleister had 2. Like Will Howard for completion percentage is like hands down the leader for games all time in a season for 80% passing percentage. It's really wild, and he's been really good. The only thing with Will is that you have to avoid the disastrous turnover. You got to avoid it. That's the one thing with him.
And he's given that to you a couple times, but the consistency has been good. And so you hope, like you said, you just got to find a way to coach out that
death ball,
the tragic mistake that you see out there. And whether it's just a bad decision, a poor release, a poor read, whatever it might be, you've got to find a way to make sure you can limit that downside. It only really impacted you against Oregon. And I guess he didn't really have the 2 turnovers against Oregon weren't by him. One was by Quinshon, and one was the kickoff return that hit, I think, CJ Hicks. So, he did have the fumbled snap there. I mean, there was some issues, but
he did have the pick 6 against Penn State.
The Penn State pick 6,
and the fumble at the goal line,
and that was rough. And so if you can get rid of some of those negative plays, that's when this team doesn't turn the ball over, Beam, I don't think anybody beats them.
Yeah.
I think they're that good. Like, their offense seems to be rolling defensively. They're in a good spot. If they do not turn the football over, I don't think that they get beat.
It's turnovers and penalties. Those are always the big things in matchup
It's always
games.
it. And you got to be good on third down to keep your team on the field and keep the chains moving.
And they have been good on third down since the Nebraska game. Been really good.
They were 1 of 10. Nebraska, that was brutal.
It's 10%.
That was brutal. But outside of that is literally the turnovers. And if you can find a way to bottle that up and get rid of it, like especially in big games, and the thing is, it's just not going to be a one-off. You're going to have to play at least 3, if not 4 games, plus a conference championship game, hopefully, to be able to win it. And you're going to have to be able to stay consistent there for, honestly, 4 or 5 games, which Beam is about half of a traditional college football season.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you're just getting into hopefully what is your second half. I know they played more games than that, but it's another half of your season coming up, even though you're 3/4 of the way done. Here was Chip Kelly yesterday talking about game planning for defense.
I think it takes discipline to know what the defense is trying to take away from you. So, for you to try to continue to throw it if they're going to play high safeties and light boxes, you should be running it more than, and when people are loading up the box to take away your run and saying, hey, we're not going to let you run the ball in the situation, and you are still trying to run the ball in the situation. That's where I think the discipline is. So sometimes it's not consecutive plays in a row or series. It's just kind of what are they like? Because you take, say you're playing Northwestern, you have 9-game breakdown in Northwestern. This is what they've done for their last 9 games. But as you go into the really first, second, third series of a game, is what we saw in the last 9 games actually happening in this game? And if it is, then we're pretty solid in terms of our game plan. If not, then you may have to morph a little bit towards run or a little bit towards pass based upon how they decided they were going to come out this week. Because they may have come out in the previous 9 weeks and done this, but in your game, they're doing it a little bit differently. So it's the ability to make those adjustments and kind of lean one way or the other.
All right, they're running a 4-3. That's good. We've got 9 games to indicate that. They're in a 46 bear front. What do we do?
And that's the problem. You have to ask yourself, does the pattern hold?
Mm-hmm.
As you're going through the first couple series, like okay, maybe they're running 70% of what we saw. Here's their new wrinkle. When are they utilizing it? When are they deploying it? What do we have in our bag that we've worked on that we have that we can attack this, whether it's a shift, whether it's a motion, whether it's a particular play, whatever that might be. What can we do to attack this thing that we're doing that we didn't see on film? Because you're never going to be able to prepare for all of it. You have to have some answers inherently, and that's when you talk about these adjustments of they're not doing what we expected, or they're doing most of it, or they're doing all of it. Whatever it is, we've got to make changes. And depending upon what they're showing you and how successful you're being in particular areas, that's what's going to make the difference.
Here was Chip Kelly's thoughts about playing at Wrigley.
Yeah, I think it's cool. You know, I've not seen, I've seen just highlights of a football game in there. And I've been to a game at Wrigley when I was out recruiting once. But the fact that you can play in settings like that is pretty cool. And I think it makes it unique. You know, obviously they're refurbishing their stadium. So, you know, they got to either build the one that they did on campus or go to Wrigley. So the fact that we get to be the one team that plays in Wrigley, I think will be pretty cool. And I think our players will enjoy that.
It's definitely going to be a unique beast on Saturday.
Did anybody ask him about potential sight lines for him? Because he'll be in the box.
That's a really good question.
That's the question. I mean, what is this? What is the reporter scrum doing up there? Like, ooh, what's it like to play at Wrigley? Let's ask a better question.
Chip, do you know how your view is going to be? Are you getting an all-22 view, or are you sitting down left field, or are you on the
off? You'll be off of the field. Like, just you're going to be further away. The angle is going to be different. Like, is there any worry? Have you looked at that? Is there any worry about what you'll be seeing?
Going to be out in the box, like on the deep right field line? He has to be, right?
Well, he'll be in the press box. It's like, you think they're going to build a scaffold and have you stand up there?
They would probably prefer that.
100%, because you'd want to be having the traditional sightline view that you have. But they're not going to do that. You're going to be in the box and trying to figure that out. Like, that's the question to ask. I mean, come on, guys. We have half these guys on here. I'm just doing their job for
Ask
them.
Bids next.
I will, because he was there. Ask a good question. Listen, I want to talk to the business owners that are out there listening. Brad Hennebert from Premier Advisors. Give him a call. Brad works with small and large businesses to integrate your financial planning and into your business accounting. Every business is wholly unique. I talked to him about mine. Sat down, we had breakfast, working through some things. Brad will help you address your specific needs with monthly or quarterly consultations, not just reactive meetings at tax time to try to clean things up from the year before. Talk to Brad. You'll get expert financial and tax planning all year long. Call Brad at Premier Advisors at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Dave Biddle of Bucknuts and On the Money. He joins us. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching a big closure on the north side of town at the 71-270 split. All southbound lanes of 71 are closed at 270. You can use 23 or 315 coming from the north side of town this morning, heading southbound. Also on the southeast side, 270 southbound, right around Alum Creek Drive blocked off, and 33 westbound, just past Pickerington Road as well. Tracking crashes there. And then on 70, heading westbound, just past Livingston Avenue, we've got a crash blocking the left lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
The holidays are right around the corner. Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union and choose a loan amount from $1,000 to $5,000.
Visit bmifcu.org/holiday loan for details.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Attention, small business or sole proprietors. Do you want to save money on health care for your business? Be able to cover your employees with the best dental, doctors, and hospitals? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter for the SACA Benefit Plan. Nearly 100,000 members strong in the state of Ohio. The SACA Benefit Plan is administered by Anthem and could be right for you. Small businesses, visit 844-medohio.com. That's medohio.com. The SACA Benefit Plan could be right for you. Visit 844-medohio.com.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. and finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Come try Skyline Chili's new mac and cheese 3-way, made with creamy cavatappi pasta in a 3-cheese blend, topped with Skyline chili and their shredded Wisconsin cheddar. The new mac and cheese 3-way at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our $99 home preventative maintenance checkup. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes to get you ready for the fall and winter ahead. Check us out at carpentercolumbus.com. That's carpentercolumbus.com.
Dick from Dayton says, listen to the Ryan Day Show. Paul Keels and Jim Lachey join Coach every Thursday from noon to 1.
Presented by Roosters, a fun casual joint, and official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan.
Bring the thrill of the stadium to your wallet with the Love My Crew checking account from Pathways, the only checking account that rewards you for being a Crew fan. Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner. Federally insured by NCUA.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Ready for a new ride? Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Attention football fans, the season's heating up, and that means it's time for jaw-dropping plays, spectacular touchdowns, and memories that'll last a lifetime. So if you're looking to grab the best seats for all the excitement, Vivid Seats is your go-to playmaker. With an incredible selection of tickets and a game-changing rewards program, Vivid Seats is your ticket to every thrilling moment. Don't miss out. Experience it live with Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Here's Long here, a Wednesday edition of the program. Brandon Bean, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Checking with our good friend, the Bucknuts, and on the money. He is Dave Biddle. Bids, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. Wrigley Field up here this weekend. Bob wanted to ask you a question about Chip Kelly and his sightlines this week.
Bids, what questions did you ask yesterday?
I asked Coach Day. I asked him about playing at Wrigley Field. He's excited about, and then what. Maybe any concerns he has. I'm sure you guys have seen the pictures of how close the wall is to the end zone on the one side.
Yes,
the gladiator.
And then I didn't ask Chip any questions, and I asked Will about what Coach Day said about his footwork and when his footwork is on point. Because people act like Will can't throw the deep ball. It's like we've seen him do it, and when his footwork is on point, Will can throw well. Plus, it's interesting that Will's throwing the ball at a 74% completion percentage when his career was 59% at K-State, and people are wondering, what's wrong with Will Howard? Will Howard's having a really good year. He does need to get better with the deep ball, but overall, Will Howard's having a fantastic year.
So here's the thing. I mean, Ryan, I don't really care if Ryan's excited to play there or not, Bids. I mean, because someone asked Chip about being excited to play there, and I don't care if Chip's excited to be in there. Like, those things are all well and good. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a unique experience. The fact that from my knowledge of this, if they have them in the traditional press area in Wrigley Field, Chip Kelly will be in the bottom, I guess, right corner where home base is going to be, looking at the field diagonally. as opposed to a side view or even a complete rear view, and how that will impact his ability to see what's going on and potentially call the game. I think that's something that's a little more pressing of trying to figure out. Now, I understand that Northwestern may not exactly be Oregon, but that's something that there's a lot of space, there's a lot of uniqueness to that, and that could impact his ability to kind of diagnose what's going on.
We need to get you out of the weight room while the press conference was going on so you could get in there and ask these good questions. That is a good question because it does throw the whole argument, well, it's best to be coaching from the box because you can see the field so much better. Well, maybe not at Wrigley. So that is an interesting angle, so to speak, Bob. I think he'll be okay more than okay because still – even if you're looking at it from behind, I still bet you can see it way better than you can see on the field. As we all know, I mean, you can barely see what's going on the field. So now I understand a lot of coordinators want to be able to look their guys in the eyes, and they'll always say that guys that swear by coaching from the field say, I love looking my guys in the eye. And Chip Kelly likes that too, but overall he likes coaching from the box. But yeah, as you mentioned, against Northwestern, they should be okay. A step up from Purdue, but not much of one.
Has Ohio State contacted the place across the street, Bids, like the Murphy's Bleachers? Maybe they could just put the coaches up there, like outside of the stadium, and get like a elevated all-22 view of the field.
Like the late, great Tom Browning, who just walked over there during a game, and he wasn't pitching. He wasn't pitching in the game, but he, during a Reds-Cubs game, just went over there and hung out on the bleachers. Well, not the bleachers, but the rooftops across the street. So there you go. That's a little further, back, I think, than people realize. But, whatever Chip Kelly wants to do, they'll figure something out. And, hey, maybe just let Will Howard. He's the coordinator, the run game coordinator anyway. Maybe they'll just let Will Howard call the plays.
Hey, Bids, this defense now has gone, I think it's over 130 minutes. If not over 130, it's close to the 130-minute threshold for not allowing a defensive touchdown. What have you seen in the last couple of games from this defense that has really turned it on since the Oregon performance?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious to me that Jim Knowles now has, full reign. Now you can say what took so long, I don't know. And not that he didn't, his fingerprints were still all over this defense, the last couple of years. But you can just see it. Like, this looks like what he did at Oklahoma State, just with way better athletes. Right down we saw the jack being used, and we're seeing different fronts. They're not just rushing four. Sometimes they'll throw a three-man front up there. They're doing a lot more stunts and twists. Nothing that's too exotic, just some things that Ohio State really wasn't doing. And now all of a sudden after the Oregon game they are. And it looks a lot like, if you pop on the film, like what Knowles was able to do at Oklahoma State. And it's not lost on me that since Knowles left Oklahoma State, by the way, his last year there, Oklahoma State was like one of the best defenses in the country by all metrics, like a top 3 defense. Then they dropped off pretty bad his first year. Then they dropped off big time last year. Then they dropped off. Now they're one of the worst defenses in all of college football this year. So I think that says a lot about Knowles, how he was able to make Oklahoma State into a really good defense. And as soon as he leaves, they fall off. So that's the biggest thing I see, Beamer and Bob, is this now is completely Jim Knowles' defense. It's not mostly Jim Knowles' defense, and then LJ is going to do what he wants with the front four. It's like, this is Jim Knowles' defense, period. At least that's what I'm seeing.
Is there any concerns about the field, quality of field up there, Bids, from a turf standpoint? Whenever you sod baseball fields, it looks beautiful, but you walk on it, and sometimes they're soft. They're not nearly as firm. Tough to get grass to kind of root up here in October and November in the north. So is there any worry about that being an potential issue?
I am concerned about it because the last time I watched the game there, I watched it on TV, it was Iowa and Northwestern, and they had to stop the game for, I think, over 20 minutes because of exactly what you're talking about. The infield, which, when they paint over and everything, it looks beautiful. And then you got there, you play football in it after a while, not so much. It reminds me of watching football when I was a little kid. You'd have like half the stadiums, not half of them, but they'd have you'd be playing at those dual parks. I think the last one in the NFL was Oakland Coliseum, where it'd be a baseball park, and where you'd have the infield as part of the football field. Well, when they did that at Wrigley, I don't know if it was the last game. It was the last time I saw one there. I mean, they tore up the field so bad because it was right, where the infield was. So that is a concern. Now, maybe because it's happened once, maybe now they figured out, a way to counteract that. But that'd be one thing I'd be concerned about. I'd also be concerned about Jeremiah Smith running into that wall that's right there by the end zone. You're gonna have to game plan around that. You know, it's gonna be like playing like backyard football or something.
I said at the beginning, not even the beginning of the year, but when it was like announced and rumored that this game was going to happen, when they were playing at Wrigley, I was like super pumped for it, Bids. Now that they're in game week, I'm like, I don't know, I'm seeing the videos, that right field wall, like that looks close, that Ivy's creeping in. Just avoid disaster at all costs this weekend.
Although I guess we could say it's better than playing on Ohio State's field. No, I shouldn't say that. But, like, there's been a lot of talk that Ohio State's field that they have at Ohio Stadium, even though it's new, it's not what they should have done. That this is the exact type of field the NFL Players Association's like, no, don't do this field anymore. And we saw Will Howard's – now, to Will Howard's credit, he didn't blame the field. He said he needs to wear – longer spikes. But, we'll see what happens. But I don't know, man. It seems like it looks like a sheet of ice sometimes there at Ohio Stadium.
Hey, Bids, before we get you out of here, want to ask you about this offensive line, too, because we've seen it. Like, it was not great. They were kind of going through some things, and then now they've kind of popped out the other side here with their performances in these last couple. What do you make of this newly invented offensive line for the Buckeyes?
I think it's going to be good enough, definitely, to get them to the Big Ten championship game, have a rematch against Oregon. I really feel like they're going to win these last 3 games, and then we'll see. Like, I do feel like it's been a good solution. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Carson Hinsman looks like he's found a home at left guard. Donovan Jackson, obviously not a prototypical left tackle at 6'4", but he does have long arms. He is athletic. They were talking yesterday he's going to drop some weight. Not that he was overweight playing guard, but now he's playing tackle. They want him, and they talked about how athletic he is, but they want him dropping a few pounds. I think it's a good solution, and it could be a great solution. I just want to see it against a really good team. And they passed the test and then some against Penn State, especially the way they were able to run the ball late in that game. And I love the attitude that we saw from the offensive line late in that game. So I'm bullish on this idea, but I do want to see them do it. I mean, they did it against Penn State. I guess I want to see them do it, maybe one more time against a really good team. And, Michigan's offense is bad, but their defense, they've got some dudes on that defense, and they're starting to play better. So, Michigan, I still think Ohio State's going to crush them, but because Michigan's offense is so pedestrian, and I'm being kind. But that defense is legit.
Bids, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on here with us this morning. Have a great rest of the day, buddy. Have a great show, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There he goes, Dave Biddle of Bucknuts and On the Money with us, courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still watching a big closure on the north side of town at the 71-270 split. All southbound lanes of 71 are closed at 270. You can use 23 or 315 coming from the north side of town this morning, heading southbound. Also on the southeast side, 270 southbound, right around Alum Creek Drive blocked off, and 33 westbound, just past Pickerington Road as well. Tracking crashes there. And then on 70, heading westbound, just past Livingston Avenue, we've got a crash blocking the left lane. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Meijer holiday deals are here. Plus, when you spend $100 or more in-store this week, you'll receive a $10 coupon at checkout. Redeemable the week of November 17th. Find the perfect gift for even the hardest to buy for on your list. Like assorted Squishmallow plush, only $14.99 each. Select Lego playsets are buy one, get one 40% off. And select games for the entire family are just $10 each or less. Shop Meijer today for even more great holiday deals and savings. Exclusions apply.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey fans! Welcome back to to Fansville's cheers and tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Rothman and Ice.
When the talent balances out and you don't have your guys up front hunting the way that they need to hunt, it can expose guys because of how long they have to cover.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football is all about winning, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, we've got everything you need to stay game day ready. Don't forget our Carvenience service, the most convenient way to service your vehicle. We pick it up, drop off a rental, and we bring it back to you when it's done. Plus, every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Hinderer Motor Company, where convenience and confidence meet. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Temperatures across the region sitting around freezing. Dry today, but mostly cloudy, high 58. Heavy rain moves in after midnight tonight. This will definitely impact your Thursday morning. Rain and gusty winds tomorrow morning, a high of 52 on your Thursday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
We here on The Juice brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Coaster Bob time, Bob. We're past that. It's the first Friday. It's got you fired up today.
It's got me juiced. Shark, I did today in history for tomorrow, which I won't be here.
Oh, Bob. Bob.
Don't waste your time on me, Shark. You're already the voice inside my head. You got some nice birthdays tomorrow. Juiced about that. Juiced after this, heading over to Tolls to do some recruiting for Carpenter, do a little speaking over there.
On the trail.
Fire up. Talked about little life experiences and do some things over there. I believe it's Tolls Technical School, I want to say, over in Madison County. So leaving promptly here to head over there. Great night last night at High Bank. Just want to promote that. And Third and Goal, Brady Quinn's Foundation, and helping to do like adaptive homes for veterans. Unbelievable deal. High Bank did a great job. Bo did a great job emceeing it. Really put on very well. And the whiskeys there are tremendous, so check them out.
You can go today, too, and watch those guys. They're going to be on from 9 to noon
Absolutely.
over at High Bank Live.
We're just a warm-up act for them. The undercard, if you will.
Or the tailgate.
So head on over there, get it going for that. So that's got me juiced. Raking leaves with my son yesterday. It's like, you know what? And he's like, we got a leaf blower, Dad. I'm like, I know we do, but it's a little windy, and we're going to rake these in the back, and it's going to be a great opportunity. I said, you know what it's going to do? It's going to rough your hands up a little bit as well, because when I shake somebody's hand, I'm very judgmental about the quality of the skin on their hand. If you have a hand that's too soft, Beam, there's going to be a lot of judgment being passed my way. If you don't have a firm handshake, that's also going to be bad. But if you have a soft handshake with a soft hand, you're dead to me, probably from Jump Street. So I go, get some calluses on your hand. Let's do so people know that when you shake their hand in life, you've done some real work at some point in time. All that's got me juiced up. And then I stumbled onto this little Goggins gem, Beam. I think you're going to really enjoy this one.
I would like to know when you're in that moment failing and you have to keep going, what do you say to yourself?
What if? A lot of times I'll be in a 200-mile run or something like that, and I'm all jacked up. Body's broken, mind's broken, spirit's broken. I started to say, what if I can pull this off? When I first walked into the Navy SEAL recruiter's office, he looked at me and said, there's only been 35 African Americans in 70 years make it through. You know what I said to myself? What if I can be the 36th? It's the what if I can pull off a f***ing miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call and this and that? And now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's event.
The power of what if.
Who's Tom Ferry?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's inconsequential, Shark.
All right.
Googling.
Yeah, it's inconsequential. Don't worry about that. Worry about the what if, Shark. What if?
What if Bob knew Tom Ferry?
What if? The power of what if. Don't ever underestimate it. Focus on it. What Slay's got to say.
That's also why you set 18 alarms. Listen, man, you got to know how you get attacked and what are your weaknesses. That's called self-introspection, okay? And I know that I struggle mightily with getting up in the morning, okay?
Bob, did you ever shake the hand of Ike Kelly?
Yeah.
Former OSU linebacker. He had the biggest hands, and they were like farmers' hands.
Oh, yeah.
Calloused, and it was a good handshake right there. I hate it when guys give me the old limp handshake.
Call it the dead fish.
The dead fish. Yeah,
no one likes
like
the
that.
dead fish.
Well, as Bob mentioned, he's not going to be here tomorrow, so I'm going to run down the duel at dawn results from last week.
Bob probably won again.
Today. He was playing Tito last week.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Will the Cavaliers go to 10-0 Friday night with a win over Golden State? Tito said no.
Cavs.
Bobby said yes.
Make it happen. I also said 13. I said they're going 33-0 Sharks. So.
I don't know about that. Will the Buckeyes score at least one touchdown in every quarter versus Purdue? Bobby said no. Tito said yes. We're tied 1-1. Yes, they did. How many first downs will the Boilermakers amass against OSU? Bobby said 11. Tito said 10. It was 15. Bobby's up 2-1. Against the spread, are you taking Alabama minus 2.5 or LSU?
I took LSU. I think.
Bobby took LSU. Tito took Bama. We're tied 2-2. What will be the margin of victory in the Michigan-Indiana game? Bobby said 17 points. Tito said 22.
Whoa. Yes.
It was 5. Bobby's up 3-2.
Take it however I can get it, Beam.
Combined rushing and passing yards for Lamar Jackson against Cincinnati. Bobby said 370. Tito said 337. It was 323.
No, what?
We're tied.
Oh, I thought I had that.
Joe had like 420, I think.
Will there be a 60-yard field goal made in the NFL this weekend? Bobby said no. Tito said no. You were both right. There was a 58-yard, a bunch of 50-yarders.
Troy had a 58-yarder.
And so we had to go to the tiebreaker.
You're really good at these.
In Monday Night Football, what will be the combined total yards by the Lions and Texans? Bobby said 700 even. Tito said 726. It was 588. Yeah. Bobby picks up his 24th all-time win in Duel at Dawn. Beam, what has you, Juice?
Well, the fact that Bob got it, you're on a real heater. Like, that's like 7 straight that you've won.
It's not 7 straight.
It's at least 4.
It's like 5 out of 7.
It's 5 out of 7. That's still pretty good. What's got me juiced? How about some Ohio State soccer? You got the men's soccer, who's the number 1 team in the country right now. They're in the Big Ten championship game. They play Michigan on Sunday. I think that's a 3 o'clock kickoff over at JO. So I got that to look forward to. By the way, free admission, free parking on Sunday. So if you want to go to that game, you're looking for something to do, Big Ten championship game, Ohio State men's soccer against Michigan, Sunday at 3. That would be, go pack that place.